The Biden inauguration was an abject disaster, as Steve Bannon predicts Trump will indeed take back the White House in 2024. In this video, we're going to take a look at the utter embarrassment that was the Biden inauguration, how President Trump's farewell speech ended up getting nearly 3 times the viewership that Biden's speech got, and why Steve Bannon is predicting that President Trump will indeed return triumphant in 2024. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you as always. We believe the worldwide populist revolt has just begun, and we're here to give you conservative hope in the midst of admittedly turbulent and trying times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a regular part of this channel where each and every day we analyze what can be distressing current events, but always in light of very hopeful conservative trends so we can all think better and therefore feel better. But first, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that is collagen, available at my special website, healthwithsteveturley.com. Now, if you don't know, many health experts now agree that consuming collagen helps to renew and revitalize how you look and how you feel. Taking collagen regularly can revitalize your body, it can make your skin, your bones, even your hair look and feel more healthy and youthful. And if you click on that link below today, you can get a 51% discount on your order. So do not wait. Click on that link below and get your own collagen supply today. You'll be glad that you did. All right, okay, let's dive right in here. Yesterday, of course, Sleepy Joe took time from his nap schedule to get sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. It was a pathetic and frankly embarrassing inauguration. Literally, by all accounts, it was an inaugural disaster. To my knowledge, I mean, we've just never seen anything quite like this. First and foremost, and again, let's be blunt, nobody showed up, okay? And if we predicted this, all right? They got at best, as I understand it, at best, they got 2,000 people to attend a presidential inauguration. I mean, let that hit you. This is beyond embarrassing at this point. The optics of that inauguration were humiliating. Okay, they blamed it on COVID, of course, but as James Cardillo on Twitter pointed out, the truth is Biden simply couldn't generate an inauguration crowd, and the optics by themselves would have been devastating. So they had to make up a scenario, an excuse that the massive crowd that would have come had to be turned back because of COVID. I don't think he's fooling anyone at this point. I mean, when he walked over to the White House, he basically walked in an empty city. It was surreal. Oh, check this out. Biden's inauguration video was so unpopular that the Gateway Pundit's reporting that it's now unlisted on the White House YouTube channel. Who does that? Who unlists their inauguration day? They're swearing in as president of the United States. Well, you don't have to look too far as to why. The video got totally ratioed. It got 14,000 downvotes as compared to just 3,600 upvotes. Absolutely embarrassing. And to further pour some salt on the wound, the number of people viewing Trump's farewell speech far exceeded Biden's inaugural address that no one on earth gave a crap about. Who wants to watch Biden sputter and drool and fight to find the next coherent thought? And again, to make this even worse, the viewership discrepancy between Trump and Biden could be found on mainstream media outlets like ABC and CBS News. The Western Journal reported that ABC's coverage of Trump's farewell speech garnered over 250,000 views, while Biden's sputtering got 73,000. We get more views on this channel than Biden does. It's hilarious. The same was true of CBS. Over 230,000 watched Trump's farewell speech versus just 50,000 who tuned in for Biden. The Western Journal went on to point out that the top viewership for Biden's speech on YouTube was over at CNN's channel, where just over 570,000 watched. But again, by contrast, the top viewership for Trump's farewell speech on YouTube was over at Right Side Broadcasting, where he garnered 3.5 million views. And again, we could see it in the crowds. Unlike Biden, Trump got a hero's welcome upon his return to Florida. Check it out.
Got it.
So obviously, the enthusiasm for President Trump hasn't waned in the least. In fact, if anything, it's only gotten more intense and more loyal. Tucker Carlson recognized that. He recognized that the second impeachment was only going to further galvanize Trump's support, not erode it. And we've talked about why that is. In cultural anthropology, you have a principle that external conflict breeds internal solidarity. External conflict breeds internal solidarity. It's also known as the process of segmentary oppositions. We're going to see plenty of this over the next 2 years. So, for example, as kids, I like to use the example, my brother and I might fight all the time, drive our mother crazy because we just can't get along. We're always wailing on each other. But then all of a sudden our cousins come over and we all get into a fight. And all of a sudden, my brother and I are always fighting. We team up to fight against our cousins. But then if my brother and my cousins go out and we find that we get into a conflict with the neighborhood kids, well, then our whole extended family, cousins and brothers and all, we bond together in this conflict with our neighborhood kids. And if all the kids in our neighborhood end up facing threats from kids from another neighborhood, well, then all of a sudden we're going to bond together against the rival neighborhood. And we could go on and on and on. External threats breed internal solidarity. A lot of scholars believe this is partly what's behind the rise of the new nationalism. So is it any wonder that President Trump finished his first term with an approval rating 51%, according to Rasmussen? Even Newsweek felt the need to report on that. They were so obviously astonished and blown away by it. And I said, he finished his first term with an approval rating that was, what are the prospects for a second term, by the way? According to Steve Bannon, that's precisely what we're going to see in 2024. But before we get into that, I'm very excited to announce that we're officially on Rumble. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this brand new video alternative to YouTube, which is all of the best content creators, but none of the left-wing censorship and cancel culture that we're exposed to with big tech. And so as part of making sure that we never ever lose touch with each other, we put together just for you our new Rumble platform. So make sure to click on that link below and head on over and subscribe to my channel over at Rumble. And again, you'll get all my video content, but without any of the censorship. So let's together support this great new network by clicking on that link below and subscribing to my Rumble page today. And I look forward to seeing you over there. All right. So according to Steve Bannon, who has a pretty good prediction record, right? Bannon, of course, was the head of Trump's campaign in 2016, helping to send that to victory. But according to Bannon, Trump is indeed going to take back the White House in 2024. Here's what Bannon said on the War Room just the other day. Quote, President Trump is going to take the White House back in 2024, and that starts today. And it starts with the show. And I don't care if they don't like it. I don't care if the mainstream media doesn't like it. I don't care if the Democratic Party doesn't like it. I don't care if the state oligarch apparatus doesn't like it. We are going to put it in your grill every single day. And Bannon is not alone. Even Jason Miller, Trump's communications strategist, he tweeted out a picture of the White House with a comment, very simple, until 2025. Now, of course, President Trump pardoned Steve Bannon, along with a number of others on his last day in office. Bannon is being accused of defrauding donors with the We Build the Wall campaign. Regardless, that's over and done with now, as I understand it, at least with the pardon. So perhaps Bannon may be positioning here. There's a new bromance between he and Trump. Maybe he's positioning himself with a new campaign manager 2024 kind of gig. But that campaign is literally going to begin just months from now. But I think Bannon is on to something. On our first video yesterday, we featured a Wall Street Journal report that revealed that President Trump is indeed openly discussing with his associates about the possibilities of forming a new political party. And according to the report, President Trump discussed the matter with several aides and other people very close to him last week. And the president even suggested a name. He thought we should name it you name it, right? You know it, the Patriot Party. Now, regardless of whether he goes through with that or not, talk like that clearly indicates that President Trump has every intention of staying in the game here. He has every intention of continuing to be the dominant driving force in the new nationalist populist movement that's just beginning here in the United States. And why not? Upwards of 75 million people, more than any incumbent presidential candidate in history, voted for him. So why would you not want to ride that massive wave of support into new possibilities, such as either starting a third party that would crush the Republicans, particularly at local levels, or begin the process of running again as a Republican in 2024 and solidifying the MAGA base, the deplorables grassroots now at the leadership level? That's what it looks like President Trump is poised to do, and we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on how things develop in the days ahead. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you'll definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it. It's really good. It's on how red states are fighting back hard against big tech, along with the new nationalist countries all around the world. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.